Alright, I'm going to install this from floppy here. Got the Windows 95 install discs. I went and hunted my boot discs and all that, so have to get an operating system on here to where I can use these USB ports. I don't want to bore you with too much of this, but it's how you had to do it back in the day, load from floppy. So it'll take it a minute here. So we had already installed DOS, and now I'm installing Windows 95 here, so get you set up here to where we're not so screwed up. You can see the screen here. The good old days, you know, floppy installs. What fun. Little nostalgia trip. I haven't installed anything from a floppy in 20 years or more. Well, other than these videos doing it for you all, although there's nothing really difficult about it. It's, what, 13 discs, I think. And I did make a backup of this. I use software to copy these discs because they're copyrighted, but you're allowed to do that, so just in case one of your discs got messed up. Of course, Windows 95, you can probably download the disc nowadays. I mean, nobody's using it on the internet or anything. I'll set this down for a second. This won't take too long. I mean, just swapping in disks, it's copying over the files, so be able to get some drivers on here. Windows 95 won't be bad. I'll probably update it to 98 second edition. I do have the bonus packs for Windows 95 in the book that came with it. It's about 3 inches thick. I did find Frogger. I have Miss Pac-Man and all that stuff. I have a bunch of ROMs, so that's a lot of this software, unless you do an emulation on a newer operating system, it doesn't like to play nice with newer versions of Windows. And I do want to play Quake. I have my Quake disc here, so I'm not finding my that's where I want it. What in the world? Set up search to disk with many qualified products. This on the way. Choose the locate button to select a drive that contains or insert its floppy disk. Alright, so I need the first disk of Windows 3.0 here. Looks like mouse work. Don't have a mouse. This is such a pain in the ass, these things. Sitting here installing Windows 3.1, I went and hunted my disks here for that. So, just waiting on the floppy. I added a mechanical hard drive I had laying around. Editing a video taken forever, or finalizing it anyway. Just checking these discs to make sure they work. None of them's been used in 20 plus years or more, probably. What I'm doing this afternoon. I need to make a cup of coffee here. I'm gonna get this thing at least set up, and then when I get my CPU cooler, I'll redo that and put this in the case. I gotta find the I/O shield. I'm gonna go through a bunch of stuff here later, and it'll probably be in the last box I look. I know I had it a few months back, but where I put it, you know, moving stuff around, and you know how it is if you got stuff. But some of these older boards are worth putting back together, and well, just something to build and occupy my time with here. Fan's doing good, so is the other fan. They're all working the way they should. The card's running cool, so a little bit of oil, clean the dirt out of it. Usually what I would do is I would blow them out every once in a while. Just take them outside and hit them with the air hose, but hold your fans so they don't turn, because they do create a little bit of voltage. Take you along for the last couple discs here and see if this boots up. Windows 3.1 worked, although it had some issues. I may have to install the mechanical drive until, well, and use those compact flash or something else. I don't know, you got to do some it's a newer board than Windows 3.1, so it's kind of like limited that way. It might not have drivers for certain things like USB and that stuff. I think there was a patch for 3.1 for USB, but that was, I don't know, it might have been a thing back then. Set up applications. Tutorial, we don't need that. Let's reboot. So all those discs work, which is good. Let's see what this does. Hope if I spelled it right. And there's Windows 3.1. So doesn't look like the mouse is working, so I'll have to go hunt a PS2 mouse. It's not like in the USB one. I have one somewhere, but there's Windows 3.1. So have a good one. Alright, I'm going to do Windows 95 setup now. I have to do it without a mouse, so tab and backspace and all that, and that'll be installed from floppy as well. So I just don't feel like going and digging for a IDE CD-ROM. I did go look, and all the ones I found are, well, they're SATA, so they're newer. Don't want to bore you with 13 discs of setup here, but once I get 95 installed, then I can do something with it as far as updating these drivers and all that. So, turn this back on when I'm done here. Just running through, running through, saving files, doing its thing. We'll do typical install. Yeah, of course we're gonna use it before, right? Back when it was new, 29895. Probably gonna work. Do I have to put the dashes? Analyze your computer, set up with check, network adapters. I know it's got sound. I don't have a CD-ROM hooked to it. Although after this is installed, I'll be able to use the USB one, so. At least it tests out these discs, you know. At least I know they work. I mean, they should work, but I mean, when you store this stuff, I mean, I don't need none of that. No, I don't want to start up disk. Have a bunch of them already. And I'm not going to go hunt a blank floppy to get to make one, but that's where you would make it, or you'd make it after you installed Windows if you needed one. So. No, turn this back on a little bit. Just going through these discs. I'm on disc 8 here. Figured I would just check in with you. Got 5 more discs to go here. Still waiting on my video to finish rendering. Anyway, we're at 70%, so come back with you here when we get on the last disc. Alright, we're on the last disc here. So, and of course, would have to be updated and patched. I don't remember what service pack Windows 95 went to, 1 or 2 maybe, I don't know. But I'm not worried about that at this point. Although 95 wouldn't be bad, I'll probably do 98. Could do ME. I pretty much have all the versions other than maybe some of the newer ones, or I think some people did like some custom stuff with XP or something, but I don't really follow it all that much. It's probably going to ask me to remove this disc here. Should boot right into Windows. Getting ready to run. It's probably going to ask for put one or more memory resident programs move on this. I don't know what that was about, but I guess it needed to reboot. Let's do safe mode. Put one or more insufficient memory. I don't know what that's about. That's one of the issues with that that drive there. Problems you run into. Maybe I should install it on this IDE drive and use that as a storage. I think that's probably what I'll do. I wanted it on there to be faster, but I'll have to play around with it a little bit, I guess, and see. But I don't know why it's doing the memory thing. It must be trying to address something else. Anyway, there you have it. Alright, I'm formatting this hard drive here for use on this as a boot drive. It's only 2.1 gigs, so that'll be plenty. So just waiting for that to finish. Alright, this thing's working me over a bit. This hard drive failed during the install, so I guess it's been sitting around too long, but it's pretty old. It's only a 2.1 gig, so I went and found another old one. This is a Mac store. I don't know if it has any data on it or not. I think it's a 40 gig. Of course, it's dirty and old too, but we'll see how it works. So I'll come back with you. Don't want to bore you with too much of this. Takes a while. This one seems to be moving along a little better. It's formatting at least, so should be able to use this one. So it's almost done here. This is just MS-DOS formatting it, so preparing it for an install. So I'll be back with you here once I get it back to where 95's on it. Have a good one.